So today we're doing Module 1, Level 2 and 3 Reteach. Write a correct equation and inequality for each of the situation and then solve. A taxi charges a flat rate of $1.75 plus an additional 65 cents per mile. If Erica has at most $10 to spend, at most, so she cannot spend more than $10 on the cab ride, how far would she travel? So if I think about it, if I have X as how far she traveled, I'm going to change this to 65X. So let's kind of write this up then. So if we take this, we know how far she travels, that's X, so we're going to have 10. She cannot spend more than $10. She is paying 65 cents per mile, and she has a fare of $1.75. So the first thing I'm going to do is subtract the $1.75 from both sides. And when I do, I get $8.25 is greater than or equal to 0.65x. And then I'm going to divide by 0.65. And when I divide by 0.65, I get 12.629 is greater than or equal to X. Well, I can't do that. I can't get over it. So I have to make sure my answer makes sense. So that's when I said she can only travel about 12 miles. Can't do a whole 13 miles. We can't round up because they're not going to give me something for free. So let's take a look at the next one. If you take a look at the next one, the pet supply makes a profit of $5.50 per bag on the line of natural dog food. If the store wants to make a profit of no less than, going to be equal to 5,225. How many bags of dog food does it needs to sell? So if you think about it, I'm going to have to sell 522. We want to make more than, so no less than $5.50 X. I'm going to divide, and I'm going to get 950 is less than or equal to X. So I can say the store will need to sell greater than or equal to 950 bags of dog food. Taking a look at the next one, the health club charges a $50 sign-up fee. So that's a fee. So that means a $50 sign-up fee plus $65 per month. So it's 50 and then $65 per month. That would be an X. Club B charges $90 and a sign-up fee, so plus 45X. How many months would they need to keep the membership in order for Club B to be less expensive? So Club B, we want to have it less expensive. So we want it to be used greater than. So the first one is 50 plus 65X. And the next one would be 90. Let me just write that better. It would be 90 plus 45X. And then I'm going to subtract my 45 from both sides. And I'm going to get 50 is plus 20 is greater than 90. Then I'm going to subtract, and this would be X. I'm going to subtract 50 from both sides, and then I'm going to get 20. X is greater than 90. Then I'm going to divide by 20, and X is greater than 2 months. So I would write greater than 2 months. Taking a look at the next one, we have haircuts. A haircut dresser is deciding to open up her own studio. The hairdresser chooses location A, and she pays $1,200 a month, and rent will charge 45 haircuts. If she chooses location B, she will pay $18 a month, and rent would be $60 per haircut. How many haircuts would she have to give in 1 month to make the same profit at either location? So what I did is I kind of wrote it out. I have A, and I have B. So if I take A and B, and I know that A is 1,200 because I'm paying it 45x, and B is 1,800 plus 60x. Then I'm just going to compare them, which is what I'm going to do right here. I'm going to compare the two studios, A and B. I noticed that this one was smaller, so I'm going to just solve the simple problem, and that's what I'm working on right now, just doing the simple math. I also know that my answer has to make sense, so it has to be positive. If it's not positive, then I know that my answer doesn't make sense and I did something wrong. I noticed that I got x is equals to 40. X equals to 40. So that's what I got for my answer. It makes sense. If I had negative 40, that would not make sense. So let's take a look at this. Two college friends rented an apartment. They have to pay the landlord a month rent, a $500 security deposit to sign the lease. The total amount paid at the landlord is $2,800. So you have to pay, so this is plus, and they have to pay 2 months rent, so that would be 2x. So I am going to get 28. That's how much you have to pay each month. They have to do 2 months in advance. So we're just going to simply just do a simple, we'll just solve this simple equation. And x equals 1,150. So what I would write, rent for 1 month is 1,150. So let's take a look at the next page. Taking a look at the next page, a movie club charges a one-time membership of $25, so that's plus 25, which allows the member to purchase movies for 7 each, so 7x. Another club charges a fee that sells for movies for $12, so 12x for that one. How many movies has the members purchased for the 2 months to be equal? So if you take a look here, that's what I would have. So it's 25 plus 7x equals 12x, the first store and the second store. Then I just solve the simple equation. And I get 5 divide 5, x equals 5. So I would say that the clubs would be equal at 5 movies. John and 2 friends are going out for pizza for lunch. They split 1 pizza and 3 large drinks. The pizza cost $12. They spent a total of $16.95. Find the cost of 1 large drink. So if you take a look at here, we bought 12 plus there's 3 friends, so 3x equals $16.95. I'm going to subtract 12 and I get 3x equals $4.95. Divide by 3 and x equals $1.65, and that makes sense. Pop is about $1.65, so that makes sense. So your class hopes to collect at least 475 cans for the inner food drive. They were 131 donated the first week, 108 the second. Write an inequality that describes the situation. Let's see. Represent the number of cans the food must collect by the end of the 3rd week to surpass your goal. How many cans are needed to meet and surpass your goal? So they already told me it's an inequality, so that's kind of good. So I know my first week I got this, my second week I get this many cans, and my 3rd week is a mystery, and I want to get a lot of cans, so I know it's going to be greater than or equal to 457. I'm going to add these together. I get 239 plus C is greater than or equal to 457. And then I am going to subtract 239, and C is greater than or equal to 236. So I would write you would need to collect 236 cans in the 3rd week. And last but not least, Stephen wants to buy a bike at $480. Steve has no money but is able to deposit $40 in a savings and receive a paycheck each Friday. How many However, before Steve can buy the bike, he must give his sister $80 he owes. For how many weeks will Steve need to deposit money in the saving account before he can pay back his sister and buy the bike? So X equals number of weeks. We know that he is going to have $40 in his account. When you owe somebody, it's always a subtraction or a minus sign, and we have 480. We're going to add 80 to both sides, so we get 40x equals 560. I'm going to divide by 40, and x equals 14. So it will take 14 weeks to save. Thanks for listening, and have a great day. Bye.